let's get into the biggest story, which is Nigeria's trilemma. Africa's largest economy and the continent's #1 energy-producing economy faces the problems of Nigeria's electricity output is falling, petrol products are scarce and prices climbing, while crude oil prices hit multi-year highs on the back of the ongoing Russian military operations in Ukraine. This is a tough time of crunching energy crisis for Nigerians and businesses. Joining me for Abuja studios for a conversation on the latest developments is Paul Alaje. Paul is a senior economist at SPM Professionals. We thank you for making the show tonight. Paul, thanks for coming.
Thank you so very much for having me.
This is very tough time we live in, by the way. So, but I'm sure you saw the press statement from the Nigeria's transmission company of Nigeria called TCN. What do you make of that statement about the current state of electricity in this country?
Well, the first thing that came to mind is disappointment. It's something that broke the heart. And I can also say that I saw it as a blame game. TCN is saying it's not the fault of the company, that not so much power is available for distribution company, the discos, to make available for Nigerians, that most of these problems come from generating company. And when you look at the GENCOs, they also enumerated a number of power losses, some of which even show that we have over 3,000 named from different gas stations, which may include Olorunsogo, Gereku, Udupani, and quite a number of things that have been mentioned on what is the cause of the problem. So they've told us a lot of things that are the challenges. Unfortunately, the statement did not reveal how to solve the problem of power, which of course is fundamental to economic liberation of any country. Because without power, I'm afraid, no matter what size Nigeria attains in terms of population or how much of things we're able to do, there is not just so much we can do without power. And when you look at our government have appointed those to be with transmission company, distribution during the privatization period, you would observe that it is more like paddy allocation. Those with capacity was never brought on board. Therefore, what we have right now, and this is why I think that those managing power sector in Nigeria don't have so much at stake. And I can tell you because there is really no vertical competition. What we have in Nigeria today is at best horizontal competition, where there is no particular frowning on faces, price competition among the so-called quote-unquote competitors. What we have in Abuja, for instance, is AEDC. If I say I don't want to use AEDC as distribution company, or I don't want TCN to transmit power to me, which other option do I have? So this is the dilemma. This is what those in authority we need to deal with. I know it's very quick for government to say we want to copy what happened within the telecom sector, where we have different telcos compete. But unfortunately, there is no competition between those generating transmission, because it's just one company. And at the distribution level, there is no competition between Ikeja Electric and Eco Electric. If you're on the highland, as you are speaking with me today, there is no need for Eco Electric to compete with AEDC in Abuja here, because their market is carved for them without any share of the market. And unfortunately, if Nigeria don't want to use, even though we want to use, we have to resort to self-help. Self-help in the size of generator, and the size of your generator is measured by how big or how fat your bank account is.
Well, perhaps not how much your bank account is, but how much petrol or diesel and at what price you'll be able to put into those generators. So how does the fuel scarcity challenge play into this energy supply, my friend?
Well, a lot, because when there is fuel scarcity, you are going to have shortage. Recall that, note that as we speak today, according to the NNPC boss, 1 liter, if you buy soft drink at 75 cl, you buy 1.5 cl. The content in the bottle you've purchased, if you ask Nigerian that can we produce this in refined PMS, according to NNPC boss, the answer is no. unfortunate. How do we then generate enough gas? How do we generate when we are blessed with crude? And as we speak, the technology we deploy to crude has not been able to bring us out of crude nature of human, because virtually everything are still imported. So as fuel scarcity continues, it is more concern, more trouble, more scarcity, and this will have tremendous economic implication when you measure different economic indicators from unemployment to inflation and so on and so forth. What we should only say is that this may continue because most of the major generating units or stations are currently not working at all, and this is according to a TCN report. Or in cases where they are working, they are generating limited or below capacity. We have a lot to worry about, because as fuel scarcity continues, it only means that we have more to deal with on the food that is not sweet already in our mouths.
Okay, so here we are, that we don't have enough gas, as it were, to power the power stations, as it were. We can transmit and we can distribute, and then there is no fuel locally and what have you. So where does that leave us with oil prices at about $130 per barrel? No thanks to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. What would this mean for a country like Nigeria with a very big and a continuing yawning energy gap?
Well, first of all, 130 should be good news. Nigeria should have a bigger pulse to receive earnings from crude. Unfortunately, the pulse leaks. It has several holes underneath. It has several holes because as we earn at 130 of the projected 1.88 million barrels per day, in real sense about 1.6 million barrels production per day, it leaks because we have to go back to international market, put additional pressure on foreign reserve to import PMS or any other commodity. As I speak to you, diesel is even more than 500 naira per liter. Is that not huge worry for factories? So it's big concern because instead of Nigeria generating more money, I can tell you that foreign reserve report, according to Central Bank of Nigeria, is showing direct opposite, because we have not done the needful. And if you ask me what is the needful, a number of persons, I say, why don't you allow Nigeria to pay by removing subsidy? And my answer to that is simple. When you look at quality, which is the real conversation, the quality of money that we earned in 2010 is not the same quality of money today. Assuming that exchange rate were to be 135 or 150 or 200 to a dollar, and we are seeing exchange, we are buying dollar, we are receiving 110, 130 when it comes to cost of crude, which will be input for organization or companies will be importing from. The truth is that we will still sell PMS locally less than 165. So we have a number of things to deal with. On one hand, poor management of the economy over the years, and especially in recent time, coupled with the fact that we have refused to provide lasting solution. Lasting solution, of course, is out of the purview of monetary authority, fiscal authority, trade authority. We need to ensure, and especially government of the day, we need to must ensure that the refineries that we have been turning around, that have been giving us zero result, must either go to the hand of private sector, or they have to find those who will partner in form of PPP to produce for us.
I just want to ask very quickly, is there any new thinking or idea you think you have on the table that can help us resolve our energy crisis?
Well, for now, the answer is no. Painfully, I don't see any new thinking. I think it's still the solution that I'm seeing government proposing is still what has been done over and over again, increasing prices, telling people to pay more. Don't worry, when you pay more, we generate more. Nigerians have agreed 2 times. The recent increase was not even announced. We just saw suddenly that we need to pay more to have power. Unfortunately, rather than having improved output, we're having reduced output. Is that new thinking? My answer is no.
Paul Alaje at SPM Professionals, we appreciate your speaking with us tonight. See you next time, and do have a great evening.